Most people think that when they are cleared rehab, they are ready to train again. And this is such a big misunderstanding, which leads a lot of people to go right back into the gym again. And then they either get hurt or maybe they don't feel like themselves anymore because they're lifting lighter. They're bracing before every set. They're wondering if this is the day where, they get hurt again and then they have to start from square one. And these are signs, these are signals that your body is sending you that the job was left unfinished. Think of pain as a story. The pain is actually the last page of the book. We have to open the book and we have to flip to the beginning to understand what actually went wrong here. Training is only going to magnify this problem because now we're adding intensity, we're adding volume, we're adding load onto a compensation strategy. Now, if another joint in the body, which is not used to taking this much stress, is now taking that stress, something is going to break, so to speak, and that's when the pain starts to occur. So let's say you started to get back pain now, but it was originally a hip problem. But now you're going into the clinic, you're treating the back, but the hip is the real problem. So what happens when you go right back into the gym again? Your back's feeling better, but then you go right back into the same existing strategy your body had from the beginning. And then you're right back in the clinic a couple of weeks later saying I have a problem. If you want to get back to squatting, if you want to get back to deadlifting, if you want to get back to benching, we're using multiple parts of the body to complete a task under high intensity and high load in some cases. So we need to make sure that everything is working well as a system and not just little pieces and parts here and there. Give you another example. Let's say you have a load management problem. You have a programming issue. You're doing too much high intensity all the time, under recovered, etc. And this was never identified as the root problem. So what's going to happen now is maybe you're going to rehab, you're told to take a break from training or whatever. So now your body just deloaded and now you're feeling better. So you're like, oh, the treatment worked. But then you go right back into the training again. You still do the high intensity, the poor programming, etc. And then you get hurt again. And then you're stuck in that rehab limbo. And then you're stuck wondering what is going on here. And the real problem was the load management, the programming, etc., not whatever joint or body part was hurting. And then it gets even more confusing because maybe you're not getting results with a specific practitioner. Now you're going to see someone else. And now they're telling you a whole different story of what they think is going on. And then that doesn't work. So then you go see someone else. And then they say that you have, a tight muscle here, a tight muscle there, or a joint is out of place or whatever. And now it's like you're stuck in what I call rehab limbo because now everyone's telling you different things. You're lost, you're confused. You end up going on YouTube. You're searching a bunch of stuff. A bunch of other people on YouTube are telling you different things as well too. You don't trust anyone anymore. You end up down these rabbit holes. It causes more anxiety, more confusion. And then you start saying things to yourself like, oh, maybe I'm just getting older. This is a very common pattern that I see in a lot of people. I've gone through that pattern myself when I was dealing with chronic back pain. And it's unfortunate because if we just identified what the root problem was from the beginning, all of this, you would have saved so much time, so much money, and so much effort. And again, I don't necessarily want to bash on traditional rehab because I think that they do a really good job at bringing pain down. But there's a difference between getting pain down and getting you back to daily living versus getting pain down and getting you back to training. And there's such a big gap there. And so many people don't know how to fill that gap. And I lost so many years of training. I lost so many years of progress because I was stuck in this limbo. I never treated the right problem from the beginning and I lost years of progress. Thinking back, it's so frustrating because I know if you're watching this video, you're probably someone who loves training and you know how hard it is to progress your training. So it's like when I look back and I'm like, man, I lost all these years of training. That's so much progress that was lost. It's infuriating to think about. So it's the last thing that I want to happen to you.